to stretch their lead at the top of the table. They're fresh from an imposing 4-1 away win at Freiburg. 15 wins out of 16, just that goalless draw against Jena. The only blemish. What a tremendous season they've had so far. 61 goals, only 5 conceded. It's the goalkeeper Groß for Bayern. She's just conceded 2 goals in 5 games. Sure to be a busy evening for the Jena keeper Jasmine Janning. Almost set to go in Jena at the Ernst Aber Sportfeld. This was snowed off at the end of January, so it's good to finally get going in eastern Germany. There's the Jena coach, 27-year-old, the youngest coach in top-flight German football, Florian Kessner. Almost set to go. The referee taking a final look at the watch, and off we go in the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga. Jena against Bayern Munich. Jena kicking from left to right in their blue kit, and Bayern all in red from right to left. Top against bottom of the Frauen-Bundesliga. Bayern will be wary of this Jena side after that 0-0 draw earlier in the campaign, one of the more exciting 0-0 draws. 29 shots Bayern had on the Jena goal, and they couldn't find a way through. 12 corners to 0. It was a tremendous rearguard action from Jena. Be interesting to see if they can pose the league leaders any problems themselves going forward. Left-hand side, the experience, Caroline Simon exchanging passes with Pernille Harder. Damjanovic. Robust challenge there from the England international, Georgia Stanway. 70 volunteers cleared all the snow from this pitch to try and get the game on. It was, they've had a couple of games called off due to freezing temperatures in eastern Germany. So it's good to get into the action. Here's Linda Dahlmann, Stanway. Damjanovic is held up. Back to the Canadian, Vanessa Gilles. Stanway to Japanese, Tamikawa, Harder. And Simon. Oh, that's offside. A tight one. The referee, Nadine Westerhoff. Sure to be the majority of possession with Jose Barsala side. 44-year-old Spanish coach joined Bayern in the summer from the Swiss side, Servette. Referee Westerhoff wants a free kick to Jena after the foul by Jovana Damjanovic. Chance for Jena. Gwen Mummet lifts it forward. Gilles with a strong header. Tanikawa cross to Franziska Kett. Very versatile defender, the 21-year-old Kett. play either on the left-hand side or right-hand side of defence. Stanway, long ball, looking for the pace of Linda Dahlmann. She can get to that, into the box. Defending to do for Jena. They clear the lines pretty well. They're going to have to do that repeatedly tonight in eastern Germany. Bayern are going to see the vast majority of the ball, and Jena are going to have to make the most of rapid counter-attacks. Can they get going here with Helen Berner on her debut from the start for Jena? What a moment that is for the 19-year-old playing against the league leaders and Frauen-Bundesliga champions. Be no surprise at the end of this game to see possession up to around 80% for Bayern Munich. Especially if it remains goalless for any period of time. Here come Bayern, lifted into the box. Goalkeeper has that under control. 20-year-old Jasmin Janning. There was another goalkeeper who played in the reverse fixture, Hannah Etzold, was player of the match on that occasion. A series of top saves from another 20-year-old goalkeeper. But it's Janning who's won the battle for the goalkeeping jersey for the bottom side. They've yet to win at home this season. Both of their league wins in the Frauen-Bundesliga have come away from home. Which gives them real hope in their battle for survival. That's good play from Melina Reuter, looking for Elena Müllermann, the Swiss midfielder. The pitch looks in tremendous condition given the recent weather in Germany. Those volunteers performed a sterling service to clear all the snow and ice from the pitch. We're set. Bayern coming forward. Linda Dahlmann, edge of the box, trying to find Franziska Kett. Dahlmann will win that back. She's that type of midfielder, always scrapping for the ball. Stanway, Vanessa Gillis and Caroline Simon. 33-year-old, experienced left-sided defender. Steffi Schmidt with the throw in. The 0-0 on the reverse fixture should give the struggling Jena side plenty of confidence that they can provide a similar test this evening. There's Melina Reuter, she's full of running in every game. Promising 20-year-old. Judged to have fouled Caroline Simon on that occasion. Free kick to Bayern. Georgia Stanway to Dahlmann. Jose Basala, the Bayern coach, stressed at the press conference that Bayern need to retain patience and wait for their chance. Something he admitted they didn't do that well in the reverse fixture. There's the Jena coach, 27, Florian Kessner. Tanikawa. Dahlmann has Simon with a nice flick. Left-hand side now, Damjanovic into the box. Goalkeeper flying for the ball. Ket, can she get a crossover? Good block, goalkeeper will claim. Taking responsibility well there, Yasmin Yanning. Good defending by Jena. Jena trying to play out from the back. Given away though, but referee Westerhoff awards the foul. Karen Simon, the 33-year-old defender, judged to have held back Melina Reuter. Gwen Mummet lifts it forward. Damjanovic easily blocks that. Well, that's a fair challenge according to Westerhoff, the referee, by Stanway. Ten minutes have flown by in Eastern Germany. It's a pleasure to have you with us once again for Frauen-Bundesliga action. Foul on this occasion on Franziska Ket. By Mühlemann, taking quickly, Dahlmann, edge of the box. Cleared out, blocked. For a corner. Bayern normally very dangerous from set plays. The height of Viggorsdottir and Vanessa Gilles, the Canadian international. Powerful headers of the ball in particular. See what the new signing can do as well. Edna Imada. It'll be Simon with the left-footed delivery. Here's a strong header. Goalkeeper, good positioning from Yasmin Yanning. It's a foot race. Ket will win that up against the debutant Helen Borner. Stanway and Simon exchanging passes. Over to Viggorsdottir, the Iceland international. It's Ket, hurried well by Helen Borner. If you were watching the reverse fixture, the goalless draw, I'm sure you'd admit it's taking a similar pattern. Jena defending resolutely. Bayern will have to wait for their chance. Damjanovic. That's good play, good block by Jena. Streaming forward, plenty of blue shirts, but Gilles with a strong challenge. That's a robust challenge from the experienced Vanessa Gilles on Melina Reuter. She felt that one, Reuter. Medical treatment needed on Reuter. She's in plenty of pain there. Gilles really wanted to win that battle for the ball. Reuter felt the full force of that one. Kessner with a quiet word with the Swiss midfielder Elena Mühlemann, while Reuter continues having some treatment, ordered off the pitch by referee Visterhoff. It's a replay of the header. Both Gilles and Glódis Vigósdóttir talked about their strengths from set plays. Tanikawa doing well there to break up play for Bayern, and they have the opportunity to build from the back once again. Vigósdóttir. Jena going to have 11 players behind the ball. Simon, see the quality of her left foot. While it remains 0-0, Jena will press with the type of urgency that carved out that sensational 0-0 draw earlier in the campaign. "29 shots on goal Bayern had at the Bayern campus on that occasion. Couldn't find a way through this blue Jena wall. Referee Westerhoff gives the free kick to Bayern for the foul on Stanway. Bayern's coach Jose Barsala barking out instructions to his side. Travelling support is there in Jena, in Thüringen. Good passing, Vanessa Gilles, Dahlmann to the right-hand side. Pernille Harder, don't see that too often. She loses the ball. The New Zealander, Sawyer Hiring, has had a good season, just 20 years old for Jena. Harder has some space here. Can she get a shot off? Not a good connection, not on this occasion from Harder. Bayern will go again. Gilles has Simon in support. She lifts it into the box. Goalkeeper does come and claim. Good handling from Yasmin Yanin. Have to think that if Bayern can get a goal, they will open the floodgates, but that's what I was saying in the fixture earlier on in the campaign. They just could not find a way. Here come Bayern with Harder, but good defending from Steffi Schmidt as the rain starts to pour in eastern Germany. Damjanovic has Simon. Oh, it's squeezed into the net. They have found the lead. Bayern take the lead. Jovana Damjanovic skid off the surface into the corner of the net, and Bayern do take the lead on 19 minutes. Relief for Jose Barsala's side. They finally found a way past Jena. Damjanovic. Goalkeeper was slightly unsighted, but you have to think, should have got a hand to that. It squirmed away from the goalkeeper, Yasemin Yanning, and Bayern take the lead. Vital goal for Bayern Munich. It's the fourth Frauen-Bundesliga goal of the campaign for the Serbian striker Damjanovic. And relief for the runaway league leaders. Here they come again with Damjanovic, the goal scorer. Lifted to the back post, but that will be dealt with by Suya Herring. Just talked about the rain was pouring, it was heavy rain. Maybe that skid off the surface and meant that the ball was quicker than the goalkeeper, Yasemin Yanning. Had initially thought, but it squeezed into the corner of the net, past the outstretched arms of the 20-year-old goalkeeper. Bayern's 62nd goal of the campaign and just 5 conceded. They've scored three or more goals in each of their last 13 Bundesliga games, which is a new league record. Oh! Tipped over the bar. On this occasion from Yasemin Yanning, Bayern's new signing, Edna Imade, with the effort. From the edge of the box. Good connection, left-footed. Tipped over the bar from Yanning. Elena Mühlemann, the Swiss midfielder, gets back to her feet. Simon will take this left-footed. Headed out by Mühlemann. Talikawa, Stanway, lifts it to the back post, looking for harder. Damjanovic. Tests Yanning again. More comfortable on this occasion. So some concern there for Florian Kessler. How will his side react to going behind? Bayern will come forward looking for a second. It's what they always do. They have the most potent attack in the league. Simon looking for some space. Damjanovic in support. Takes on Schenk. Offside, according to Nadine Westerhoff. Well, that's the quality of Bayern Munich. Have the quality to hurt teams from every position of the pitch. And it's the Serbian striker, Damjanovic, with her 4th Frauen-Bundesliga goal of the season. They probably won't change Jena's game plan. Been looking to keep it tight, keep it 1-0 for as long as possible. Good trickery from Linda Dahlmann, good play. Has Tanikawa in support, Japanese star, brilliant. Well, couldn't quite get the connection she wanted. Momoko Tanikawa, brilliant jinking run from the Japanese. One way and then the other, but couldn't get the left-footed connection to test Yasmin Yanning on that occasion. Lovely run from Tanikawa, ever present this season for Bayern Munich in midfield. 7 goals for the Japanese star. Here comes Helen Borner, trying to find Reuter. Has Herring on the overlap. Can she come forward? Great touch, but the goalkeeper will claim. Maria Luisa Gross, well, almost fell very nicely for the New Zealander, Soya Herring. At least signs that Jena will look to come forward at every opportunity when they get a sniff of a chance. Here's Damjanovic. Good play from Damjanovic. What a run that is, and a finish. What a goal that is from the Serbian striker, Jovana Damjanovic. Jinked one way, then the other, and a composed finish into the corner, leaving the Jena goalkeeper no chance. Bayern double the lead. The 26th minute. Second goal from Damjanovic. Lovely jinking run. Brushed off the defenders and an easy finish. Past a helpless goalkeeper. Fell nicely, but she put it away with ease and comfort. Bayern in control in Eastern Germany. They lead 2-0. 5th goal of the season for Damjanovic. She'll be looking for a first-half hat-trick. Well, this is going to be one-way traffic now, that's for sure. They've still got 11 players behind the ball, Jena. Question of how many goals can Bayern Munich get? $63 goals this season for Bayern Munich, just 5 against. They don't really need to boost their goal difference this evening in Eastern Germany, but they will. Damjanovic will be looking for a hat-trick. Here's Tanikawa. Cross to Harder. Harder looking for Kett in support. Good block by the Kiwi, Suya Herring. Frustration for the home Jena fans. They were looking to annoy Bayern for as long as possible, like they did in the reverse fixture in Munich. Here's Caroline Simon with the corner. Goes to the edge of the... Wow! Referee Westerhoff gives a free kick to Jena. Saw a handball, perhaps. Came to the far post. Goalkeeper didn't come. Georgia Stanway, adjudged to have handle the ball. It's a replay of Herring's block. Just a reminder, this is top against bottom in the Frauen-Bundesliga. And the 3 points look to be heading back to Bavaria. Dahlmann always ready to receive the ball. Stanway, Tanikawa is harder. Stanway, Pernil Harder, the Danish striker. Tanikawa, incisive pass to Simon. Kent goes to ground, free kick to Bayern. Referee Westerhoff awards the foul against Jena, and Elena Mühlemann, prime position this is for a free kick, centre. Just outside the box, so Yasmin Yanning will have to be top form if Bayern get this on target. 5 players at the moment fancy this free kick. Leave it to Caroline Simon and Tanikawa. Simon, it's the left-footed option. Tanikawa with the right foot. Here's Simon with the strike, but it's blocked. Tanikawa will get the next free kick, fairly sure, after that effort from the 33-year-old experienced defender Caroline Simon. Bayern lead 2-0. Double strike from the Serbian striker Jovana Damjanovic on the ball right now. Stanway finds Dahlmann. Damjanovic looking for a hat-trick. Oh, that's always going wide from the Serbian. Had space there, couldn't find the quality on that occasion. Debutant Helen Berner adjudged offside. See, Bayern have had 7 attempts, 6 on target already. 74% possession to 26 from Jena. One-way traffic, as we expected. Bayern looking to increase their lead. Kett. Gilles, useful ball to the double goal scorer, Damjanovic. If he's honest, though, Florian Kessler, the Jena coach, he would have known this is going to be a really stiff test for his side tonight against Bayern Munich. Jena have some easier propositions ahead in the next few weeks. In particular, a test against Hamburg, who are also down there fighting for survival. Those are the points that will keep them in this division. That will decide their fate, not the match against Bayern Munich. They're coming forward with Sawyer Herring. Judged offside, though. Good touch from Bayern's new signing, Edna Imada, and she's on the ball now. Finds Ket. Ket, well, the shot was deflected. Powerful strike from Franziska Ket. Came off a Jena head, out for a corner. Good strike from 21-year-old Bayern talent. Corner will come in from Caroline Simon. Lifted. Oh, Imada was jostling for the ball, couldn't quite get on the end of it. Good delivery, as always, by Simon. Vanessa Gilles also straining to convert to header. Chance now for Jena to come forward, but that's leaving too much for Helen Berner. Stanway and Gilles have everything under control. Back to the goalkeeper, Maria Gross. Wanted to be an astronaut when she was younger. She had to settle for playing in goal for Bayern Munich. I'm sure that's also fulfilling a dream. The rain continues to pour in eastern Germany. And will look to add to their goal count. Here comes Imada. Defending once again by Herring, the New Zealander. Good ball as well, finds Melina Reuter, taking on Gilles. Gilles finds Tanikawa, Simon, first time passing. Dahlmann, Vigelsdottir. Stanway looking for Pernille Harder. Nice touch from Danish striker. Has Tanikawa in support. Whoa, what a goal that is from the Japanese star, Momoko Tanikawa. In off the post. Brilliant goal from the 20-year-old Japanese star. Her 8th for the season. Good move from Bayern. Cracking finish from Tanikawa. She knows where the goal is. That's her 8th. goal in this Frauen-Bundesliga campaign. Fell nicely after the jostling run from Pernille Harder. Bayern totally in control of this one now. 3-0. "64 goals scored this campaign now, just 5 conceded. An 8th for Japanese midfielder Tanikawa. More happiness for the Bayern substitutes. Imada sent on a foot race, but can't keep that one in, that's for sure. Gilles back to the goalkeeper. Gross. Bayern have gone 9 straight games against Jena without conceding. So tells its own story. Bayern have never lost to Jena in the Bundesliga. 27 meetings, just 5 draws. Referee Westerhoff having a word with Melina Reuter about an earlier challenge. Wow, that's broken up too easily by Kett. Space here for Imada, and just past the post from Tanikawa. Bayern were pressing so high up on the pitch. With the recent rain, it's very difficult. The conditions are very sapping. Just past the post from the Japanese star Tanikawa. Simon lifts it forward, looking for Harder. Harder does well. Pernille Harder tries to find Damjanovic. Pernille Harder scored 2 in the victory at Freiburg, reaching 100 Bundesliga, Frauen-Bundesliga goals. The Danish striker, one of the best in the world. Referee not happy with Melina Reuter, already giving her final warning. A couple of minutes ago, she finally goes into the book. A yellow card for Melina Reuter for persistent foul play. As we approach half-time. Bayern leading 3-0, firmly in control. Here's Tanikawa. Plenty of red shirts in support. Always going wide. That occasion from Pernille Harder, Bayern's top scorer. 9 goals in the Frauen-Bundesliga. Reuter's booked for shove in the back on the Canadian defender, Vanessa Gilles. Wouldn't be a surprise if both sides take the opportunity to make some changes after the break. A rotation, the order of the day for Jose Basala and Bayern. Give some rest to some key players. And the Jena coach as well will know there'll be some easier tasks ahead for his side as they look to stay in the Frauen-Bundesliga. Linda Dahlmann, cross to Harder. Stanway finds Damjanovic. Harder, looking for support, has Simon, the left-footed option. Harder heads it back in. Stanway. Simon will go left-footed again to Harder, edge of the box. Dahlmann has some space. Dahlmann cleared by Mühlemann, only to Damjanovic. Corner to Bayern. Looking for a fourth just before half-time. Gwen Mummert with the vital block.
Die offizielle Nachspielzeit der ersten Halbzeit beträgt
2 minutes of added time in Jena. Caroline Simon with another corner. The header by Imad, always going over. Imad. Recalled from a loan at Real Sociedad in Spain. Made an immediate impact with a goal as a substitute in the win against Freiburg Friday. So the final minute of added time. Stanway. Broken up by Jena on this occasion. Gentile finds Mühlemann. Can Jena hit back just before the break? Hopeful pass from Soya Herring. Looking for Mika Andersson. Jose Basala, the Bayern coach, decided has this game firmly under control. It's half-time in Jena. A double strike from the Serbian striker, Jovana Damjanovic, before Momoko Tadakawa, Japanese midfielder, with a lovely goal in off the post for Bayern's third against bottom of the table Jena. We'll be back in a few minutes for more live coverage of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga. Bayern Munich lead this one 3-0 against struggling Jena.
Für alle, die noch mal ein bisschen besserem Wetter ins Stadion gehen wollen, die nächste Möglichkeit habt ihr am Sonntag zum 18. Spieltag der Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga, wenn Eintracht Frankfurt zu Gast ist. Anstoß ist am Nachmittag um 16 Uhr. Dann geht es am 11.3. weiter mit dem Viertelfinale des DFB-Pokal. Anstoß ist um 18:30 Uhr gegen den SC Sand. Dann der Aktionsspieltag Fußball vereint am 15. März um 14 Uhr. Ihr kriegt das Ticket gegen den HSV für 2 Euro, kein Ausgehen, also um die komplette Familie mit ins Stadion zu schleifen. Vater, Mutter, Kinder, Oma, Opa, Onkels, Tanten, alle kommen mit. Dann machen wir die Bude einmal richtig, richtig voll. Als den Herren steht das nächste Spiel am 21.02. an, ein Samstag um 14 Uhr ist Anpfiff gegen Chemie Leipzig am 23. Spieltag der Regionalliga Nordost. Auch wenn das Wetter gerade nicht dazu einlädt, das soll die nächsten Tage wieder anders werden. Bis zum 22.02. habt ihr noch die Möglichkeit, die Eiswelt Jena zu besuchen im Ernst-Abel Sportfeld. Das geht noch bis zum 22.02. Und zu guter Letzt haben wir noch den Graf und Unheilig. Der ist zu Gast im Ernst-Abel Sportfeld am 30.05. für sein einziges Open-Air-Konzert in Thüringen. Tickets gibt es ab sofort, kriegt ihr online oder an ausgezeichneten Vorverkaufsstellen.
So welcome back to the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga action. It's Jena against Bayern Munich. Bayern lead 3-0 at the break. Almost set for the second half here at the Ernst Aber Sportfeld. Substitutions being prepared for the home side, Jena. Lisa Gora and Rika Tietz will be the players coming on for the Frauen-Bundesliga strugglers. Bayern have a substitution of their own. The Austrian experienced midfielder Barbara Dunst coming on for the second half. Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga action. Lead leaders Bayern Munich leading 3-0 at the break.
Ein Doppelwechsel zur Pause beim FCK Zeiss Jena. Feierabend für unsere Nummer 27, Ben Monat, und für unsere 29, Helen Brauner. Neu im Spiel die Nummer 16, Lisa Gora, und die Nummer 17, Rike Tietz. Ebenfalls ein Wechsel bei unseren Gästen. Es geht um welche Nummer 10, Linda Dahlmann.
Linda Dahlmann was the player replaced by Barbara Dunst. And here is Barbara Dunst, the experienced Austrian midfielder, 28-year-old. Here's Damjanovic looking for a third across to Harder. Yanning pounces on the ball. Jena will be keeping it, looking to keep the scoreline as tight as possible. They have a better goal difference than the likes of Hamburg, are also down there towards the bottom of the table, struggling. So they want a total capitulation here against Bayern Munich. This looks to be taking a similar pattern as the first half. Bayern seeing all the ball. Be damage limitation for struggling Jena. Harder playing in. Simon to the substitute. Dunst. Imada has to be offside, surely. The referee's whistle finally does go. Bayern trying to pass it into the net there. A little bit guilty of not shooting when they had the chance, that's for sure. Dunst tried to find new signing Edna Imada, but she was offside. Bayern will have to come again. Jena only a point off safety. That should give them a lot of consolation. 2 games in hand as well. After the freezing temperatures in Germany. They did have a much better goal difference, but they'll be keen to keep the scoreline respectable tonight in Eastern Germany. Substitute Barbara Dunst wins Bayern a throw-in. tackled from the back again. Vanessa Gilles, the Canadian. Harder, Dunce in support. Pernille Harder there, 33-year-old Danish striker. Reached 100 Bundesliga goals against Freiburg. She scored twice. Top signing for Bayern Munich. Here they come again. Whoa, what a finish that is from Georgia Stanway. Blasts it into the net, a fourth for Bayern. This could get ugly for bottom of the table, Jena. Joy for the England international, Georgia Stanway. Tanikawa, Simon fell nicely to Georgia Stanway. She fired past a helpless goalkeeper. Quality finish from the England star. Jena, of course, kept Bayern to a goalless draw earlier in the season. This is perhaps some punishment for that. The only side to have prevented Bayern Munich from winning this season in the Frauen-Bundesliga. It's not going to happen tonight in Eastern Germany. Bayern now 65 goals for the season and only 5 against. Looking good for the title in the Frauen-Bundesliga. Do have their New Year's challenges. Wolfsburg coming up in a few weeks' time. But on this form, it's hard to see past Bayern Munich and this machine of a side. Tanikawa. It's Harder in support. Dunst on the overlap. Lifts it to the back post. Headed out for a corner by the substitute, Lisa Gora. Bayern looking to take this quickly. Damjanovic is alert to it. Caroline Simon will lift this in left-footed, looking for the height of Vigosdottir or Gilles. Gilles gets good connection on it, but it was always rising over the bar. The Canadian international defender started the season in prime goal-scoring form for Bayern Munich. 3 headers in 4 games to kick off the season. Seen off the challenge of Tuva Hansen in central defence for Bayern. replaces Pernille Harder, who will be buoyant after scoring her 10th of the season. 5-0 Bayern lead, still plenty of time, just reached the hour mark in Eastern Germany. Pleasure to have you with us for live coverage of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga. Imada. Not yet on the score sheet. Bayern's striker recalled from a loan at Real Sociedad. Referee Nadine Westerhoff has this game firmly under her control. Bayern's substitutes will be looking to make an impact. Quiet evening for the Bayern goalkeeper, Maria Gross. There's some space for Tanikawa Amani. Ken is closed down. Bayern will be patient. One-way traffic, as it's been from the start. Once Bayern scored that opening goal from Jovana Damjanovic, it's a question of how many can Bayern score this evening. They've got 5 so far, but still plenty of time. Substitute Armani. Plenty of support for the champions, Bayern Munich, and the drums out in full force. Aimless on this occasion. Bayern, of course, still in the UEFA Women's Champions League. They await the winners of a playoff match between Manchester United and Atletico Madrid. Interestingly, Bayern have announced that the home leg will be played at the Allianz Arena, where they beat Arsenal early on in the campaign, recovering from a 2-goal deficit to win that brilliantly. Bayern looking to go deep in the Champions League this season. Wolfsburg, the other German side in the Women's Champions League, they're in a playoff against Juventus, the Italian giants. So 2 attractive ties await. Foul on Franziska Kett. by Nika Andersson. Yes, the Bayern coach, 44-year-old Spaniard Jose Basala. Yet to taste defeat in the Frauen-Bundesliga. This will be Bayern's 16th win with just a draw. That was against Jena earlier on in the season. Given away on this occasion by Gilles, but easily won back by Tanikawa. Jena fighting relegation, up against the likes of Hamburg, who are down there struggling, and Essen. Looks a three-way battle to avoid relegation. Two teams will go down this season from the Frauen-Bundesliga. Jena will have to improve their home form. They're the only side in the Frauen-Bundesliga without a home win. Both of their wins have come on their travels in recent weeks. Here come Bayern with Ket. She's held up, but Bayern will come again. Stanway looking for options. Ket is still in there. And the substitute, Bernadette Amani. Signed from La Liga, Tenerife. Stanway with some space. Caruso. The Italian. Jena have battled bravely, but it was always going to be a stern test to repeat that famous 0-0 draw. Vanessa Gilles seeing plenty of the ball, spreads it to Georgia Stanway. That's a good run by Barbara Dunst, unselfish, looking for Tanikawa. It's twice that Barbara Dunst chose to try and play in a teammate. She might have taken a shot herself. Bayern will come again. Offside on this occasion. New Zealander, Suya Herring, will need some treatment. She's feeling her ankle. She's had a good season for the East German side. 10 appearances so far. Always full of running. She looks okay to continue. Challenged by the substitute Olivia Arcedi. Amani. Nashinvang's in there. Tanikawa. Gilles. Well, that was good intentions, but the shot was always going wide from Georgia Stanway. Stanway made it clear that she would not be extending her contract in the Bavarian capital. She'll be leaving Bayern in the summer. She'll be hoping to take some more silverware with her. Another Frauen-Bundesliga title looks a formality, but it's the Women's Champions League that Stanway will want to lift this season. Julia Gwynn will be the next substitute. For Bayern Munich. They're on the attack again with Imade. Tanikawa. Normally plays on the right-hand side, Julia Gwynn. Jena chose to rest their top scorer for this one, Isabella Jaron, who scored 4 goals this season. Maybe with tougher tests, you know, with more likely chances to win points in the weeks ahead, especially against Hamburg in particular. Foul on Emily Reske. And it's Franziska Kett who makes way for German international Julia Gwynn. Top quality on the Bayern bench, that's for sure. The substitutes that they can introduce to any game and make an impact. Real luxury problems for Jose Basala and Bayern Munich. two substitutes there, Dunst and Amani. Ultimately, the campaign will hinge on the Champions League, though, for Bayern Munich. Can they reach the final? Here's Julia Gwynn trying to make an immediate impact, gets to the byline, but can't quite keep that one in play. She'll see plenty of ball on this right-hand side for the last quarter of an hour or so. Bayern still pressing with a lot of urgency. Fresh legs, the substitutes. Stanway still full of running. Lehmann will be the next substitute for Zeiss Jena. Hannah Lehmann getting her final instructions from Florian Kessler. It's almost as if Bayern are punishing Jena for having the temerity for playing out a goalless draw in Munich earlier this season. Substitute Olivia outside it, trying to put some pressure on Maria Gross. To no avail. Bayern will come forward, looking for a sixth. Strong play from Amani, retaining possession of the ball under pressure. Good flick there. Wow, it was too heavy, looking for Imada. Gentile will make way for Hannah Lehmann. Can the fresh legs make a difference in the final 10 minutes or so in Eastern Germany? 23 attempts on goal for Bayern, 12 on target so far. Well, it's some space here. Straight at the goalkeeper. Yasmin Yanning with the save from Barbara Dunst. Good shot from the Austrian, but it was straight at the keeper on this occasion. Referee Westerhoff says play on. Offside, Olivia outside it, much to the dismay of the home fans in Eastern Germany. A substitute signed from Fenerbahce in Turkey. Swedish striker, an interesting pedigree. Can score goals, and that'll be needed for Jena if they are to avoid relegation from the top flight this season. do have one of the youngest squads in the Frauen-Bundesliga, Jena. Average age of just over 23, up against this Bayern machine, the oldest squad in the Frauen-Bundesliga. Average age of just over 27. It's the next 5 games for Jena: Frankfurt and Nuremberg, Hamburg. Those 2 against Nuremberg and Hamburg, those are the 2 they'll be pinpointing for victories, vital 3 points. Bayern, of course, Matchday 19, will play host to their nearest challengers, Wolfsburg. That'll be match of the day in the Frauen-Bundesliga. Tune in to that one as we present live coverage of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga. Good play from Suya Herinch, put in a good shift, the New Zealander. Appeals for a foul. The referee's whistle finally goes from Nadine Westerhoff. For the foul on Rika Tietz. Julia Gwynn, the guilty party on that occasion. Herring, good ball, looking for the substitute. Oh, Olivia Alcede. Corner to Jena. She's made a decent contribution since coming on, Olivia Alcede. Scorer of that vital winning goal for Jena against Union Berlin at the weekend. Can they get a consolation into the near post? Appeals for a handball, penalty. Toma Eilenberg judged to have been fouled. We'll have to see that again on the replay. Referee Nadine Westerhoff, absolutely no hesitation, jostling for the ball was the captain of Jena, Toma Eilenberg. She was brought down to the ground by the substitute, Bernadette Amani. And the substitute, Lisa Gora, has the chance to pull one back for Jena. Oh, Lisa Gora hits the post. Agony for the bottom side, Jena. Decent strike from Lisa Gora, but it rattled the post. Agony for Jena, and they could get hurt on the counter-attack now. Tanikawa. Wow, they won't get a better chance to score tonight against the league leaders. You have to think. It was a good strike by Lisa Gora, but firmly rattled the post. So Jena will have to wait for a consolation. Just 5 minutes plus added time in Eastern Germany remaining. Georgia Stanway as Bayern look for a 6th. Here's a replay of the penalty. Well, the goalkeeper, Gross, went the right way. It was the wrong side of the post from a Jena point of view, that's for sure. forward, looking for a sixth. Vigosdottir is forced back. The Iceland international. Tanikawa unusually gives the ball away. She probably doesn't need to worry. She'll have it very shortly. Come. Substitute Amani trying to trick away into the box. Julia Gwyn. There is Tanikawa. Cross to Katarina Naschenfeng. Wow, quality delivery and new signing. Edna Imade. His header was just past the post. Decent delivery from the Austrian Katarina Naschenfeng, and Edna Imade, who scored on her debut on Friday. Couldn't direct it on target on that occasion. Foul on Stanway. She has the ball again. Barbara Dunst. Good trickery from the Austrian. Well, it's a free header and a sixth. Better header on this occasion from Bayern striker Edna Imade. Her second after being recalled on loan from Real Sociedad. Good header from a beautiful delivery from Barbara Dunst. Quality header, leaving the goalkeeper Yasmin Yanning no chance. As Bayern hit Jena for 6. It's 2-2 for Edna Imade for Bayern Munich. We head into the final minute of normal time. Referee Westerhoff happy to let play continue, but she's going to dish out a yellow card to Rika Tietz, the Jena substitute. Interesting to see how much added time we have in Jena. Normally when the scoreline is so brutal in one side's direction, there's very little added time. Rika Tietz, the yellow card for the shirt pull on Momoko Tanikawa. Julia Gwyn. Going to have 3 minutes of added time. Jena. Can Bayern make it a magnificent 7? There's Tanikawa to Dunst. Another decent delivery. Half cleared, only to Naschenfeng, the Austrian. The rain continues in eastern Germany. Substitute Olivier Alsaidi chasing again. Important for Jena not to be too downhearted after this result. They will know those games coming up against Nuremberg and Hamburg in particular, that will go a long way to deciding their fate this season. Going to have to pick up some home wins though. They are the only side in the Frauen-Bundesliga without a home win. And they've been thermally beaten by the champions and league leaders Bayern Munich. Substitute Amani battling for the ball. Pitch has held up pretty well in the streaming rain. Hard to imagine this pitch was full of snow only a week or so ago. Into the final 30 seconds. One last chance perhaps for Bayern. Tanikawa. The referee, though, says that's it in Jena. Full time. Bayern Munich stretch their lead at the top of the Frauen-Bundesliga. Impressive performance. 6-0 the final scoreline in Jena. Once the floodgates open on 19 minutes, the Serbian striker Jovana Damjanovic firing Bayern ahead. It was a case of damage limitation from that point on for Jena. Damjanovic doubled the lead on 26 minutes. Quality finish into the corner of the net before the Japanese Momoko Tanikawa hit her 8th goal of the season to make it 3-0 at half-time. No worries for Jose Basala and his side. 3 more goals in the second half. Georgia Stanway with a quality finish. Pernille Harder, the Danish striker, and the final goal of the evening for Bayern with their new striker, Edna Imade. Nice little header on 88 minutes. Frustration and agony, perhaps, for Jena, who missed a penalty through Lisa Glora. But they'll need to bounce back pretty quickly. They have some winnable matches up against Nuremberg and Hamburg in particular. Frustration there on screen from Lisa Glora, but you can miss a penalty. That's for sure. Even Harry Kane's missed a penalty. So another 3 points for Bayern Munich. They look unstoppable at the top of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga. Jena will live to fight another day at the bottom. It's a real pleasure to have you with us this evening.
langer, langer Zeit endlich mal wieder ein Heimspiel im DFB-Pokal und das heißt so einfach. Herrlich, ich freue mich. Schön, dass ihr alle da seid. Liebe Bayern, liebe Gäste, die mitgereisten Fans aus Leipzig, die Mannschaft, die Verantwortlichen. Herzlich willkommen bei uns in München. Das ist halt immer wieder schön. Ein Flutlichtspiel in der Allianz-Arena. Es wird einfach nur einen Sieger geben heute Abend. Wer zieht als letzte Mannschaft ins Halbfinale dieses DFB-Pokals ein? Wir werden sehen. Schön, dass ihr alle da seid. Allianz Arena hat sich dann doch gut gefüllt. Wir haben das alle mitbekommen. Im Vorfeld war alles nicht so einfach, aber wir in München, wir in Bayern, wir lassen uns auch aufpassen, dass uns nichts von ausreicht. Sehr schön. Also freuen wir uns auf den heutigen Abend. Ich darf euch auch gleich sagen, wer der Schiedsrichter der Partie ist, das ist Daniel Siebert. Ihm assistieren Jan Seibel und Raphael Fontin. Der vierte Offizielle ist Daniel Schlager und unser Videoassistent heißt Benjamin Portus. Leipzig spielt in folgender Aufstellung. In Tor mit der Nummer 26 Martin Vanderborg. Dann die 4 die Orba, die 7 Antonio Musa, die 13 Nicolas Reinwald, der 14 Christoph Baumgartner, die 17 die Manu, der 22 der Kapitän der Mannschaft David Rauch, die 21 Castello de Leva, 24 Xaver Schlager, der 40 Romulo und die 49 Lanzio Mandel. Einwechselspieler bei Leipzig für das Tor, das ist die 1, Peter Gulaschi, mit der 5, FKW Chiabo, die 6 ist der Franzosi, mit der 9, Johann Bakayoko, die 10, Brian Bucher, mit der 11, Konrad Hander, die 27, Tilia Boris, die 35, Max Lindgräfe und die 39, Benjamin Engels, das alles unter dem Regie von Cheftrainer Ole Werner. Nicht nur in der Bundesliga, nicht nur in der Champions League, auch im DFB-Pokal. Schön, dass ihr alle da seid. Dankeschön. Ich grüße alle Roten im Stadion, in der legendären Südkurve, die Bayern-Fans im Norden, im Ober-, Mittel- und Unterrang, die Fans des FC Bayern.
All eyes on the arena as the drama of the DFB Pokal takes center stage. The high record title holders Bayern München play host to two-time winners RB Leipzig. It's a growing modern rivalry, renewed as these sides meet for a third time this season. Bayern romped to a Bundesliga double, scoring 11 times and conceding just once. But as they say, the cup writes its own rules. The Bavarian Giants with a point to prove in a competition they haven't won since 2020. Leipzig out to exact their revenge for the lashings they took in the league. But what version of cup magic will we be treated to tonight in Munich. 90 minutes or maybe more to decide the fate of two teams chasing glory. The winner stays on. In recent seasons, we've seen several lower league sides write fairy tale stories in Germany's Soul Cup competition. Bundesliga 2 outfit Kaiserslautern reached the final in 2024, while last season it was Arminia Bielefeld who became the fourth third-tier side to ever feature in the showpiece event in Berlin. This season, we're looking to complete an all-Bundesliga lineup in the DFB Pokal Final Four. Reigning champion Stuttgart and 2024 title winners Bayer Leverkusen stamped their tickets last week. Last night, 2022 finalists Freiburg needed a dramatic penalty shootout to deny Hertha Berlin a shot at a dream final on home soil. But who will join those three sides in the semi-finals? Now, this game was threatened to be derailed due to a strike plan by a public transport union, but with a special service shuttling fans to this iconic stadium, there was no stopping the DFB Pokal, the same way there's almost been no stopping Bayern München this season. They might have made light work of Leipzig with a 6-0 win here in Munich and a 5-1 victory at the Red Bull Arena last month, but you can't say the same of their recent cup campaigns. It's not just been 5 years since the 20-time winners last lifted the DFB Pokal. It's also been 5 years since they even made it beyond the quarter-finals. That, by Bayern standards, simply isn't good enough. But tonight, the home crowd are ready to get behind their star-studded lineup. Bayern's struggles in the DFB Pokal have included calamities against second and third tier opposition. Part of the reason that the Bavarians lost their aura of invincibility. But that aura, which is a hark back to the Jupp Heynckes, Pep Guardiola or Hansi Flick eras, has been restored under Vincent Kompany. And yet, the assessment of the entire season feels like it's at stake tonight. His debut campaign saw Bayern bounce back from a first trophyless season since 2012 by winning the Bundesliga. But life on one of the hottest seats in German football demands that the Belgian build on his success. It's been 5 years since record title holders Bayern München last lifted the DFB Pokal. Tonight, a huge hurdle to clear in the quarter-finals as they welcome two-time winners RB Leipzig to the Allianz Arena. James Surrogate, your match commentator, and delighted to have the pleasure of your company, as well as that of my co-commentator, Patrick Obermayela. Good evening, Patrick.
Good evening, James. Hi.
Well, this is a huge hurdle for Bayern. We've got some big names in attendance to watch on, but the Bavarians looking to reach the semi-finals of this competition for the first time in 6 years.
Yeah, it's almost unbelievable that Bayern München didn't go over that hurdle of the quarterfinals in those years. But now they have a big chance. They have a home match. They play a team that is strong, but they've beaten them twice already this season in the Bundesliga, and twice, let's say, in a quite, demanding and determined manner. A really obvious win, 6-0, 5-1. But also that's a little bit of the danger that this game brings, because Leipzig comes here and has absolutely nothing to lose, but can really enjoy this one if it goes well.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, those thrashings that Leipzig received at the hands of Bayern. As a former player, how much do they play in the back of your mind on a night like tonight?
Yeah, of course you know how it felt the last time you met the opponent and what happened. But it's always a chance to do better. And it's always motivation, extra motivation to do better. And this is a game where only those 90, maybe 120 minutes and a few penalties really determined the next couple of weeks and that feel that you can gain from it. So it's all eggs in one basket tonight and then see what you get out of it.
Bayern have been in blistering form. They had a little bit of a bump in the road at the end of a grueling January. Several games packed into a short space of time, and as a result, a few surprise results: a defeat to Augsburg, a draw against Hamburg, but then they returned to winning ways on the weekend against Hoffenheim. Julian Nagelsmann, the German national team head coach and former Hoffenheim and Bayern head coach as well, one of those in attendance tonight. He's got a fair few stars to keep an eye on. But from Bayern's perspective, now that they've got back on track with a win against Hoffenheim, do you see them going from strength to strength now as we close out the season?
I think it's all about solidifying what started on the weekend against Hoffenheim, because they had a little bit of help, let's be honest. There was an early red card against Hoffenheim, so that helped, of course. And in the end, it was a clear win. But you need to put one on top of that to really feel that confidence again, to really feel that strength again. And that's it, what this is all about for Bayern tonight. It's a home game, and they want to prove that Bayern is on top, not just the Bundesliga, but also the DFB Pokal, and then also in the Champions League they're doing well.
Und hier sind der FC Bayern München und RB Leipzig.
The Allianz Arena expectant on a night like tonight as they welcome RB Leipzig, hoping their Bayern side can end a 5-year exile from the DFB Pokal Final Four. Minutes or maybe more to leave it all out on the pitch. The guts and glory of the beautiful game, the drama of the DFB Pokal in all its splendor, the final act of the quarterfinals, and we've saved the best till last. Time for a look at the team starting with host Bayern as Vincent Kompany opts not to change a winning formula after beating Hoffenheim 5-1 on Sunday. Manuel Neuer makes his 62nd DFB Pokal appearance, which is 13 more than Leipzig have in club history. Jonathan Tah hoping to celebrate his 30th birthday with a semi-final berth. Meanwhile, up front, Michael Olise has produced 9 goal involvements in just 4 appearances against Leipzig. Despite a missed penalty in the first round against Wiesbaden, Harry Kane is the DFB Pokal's top goal scorer with 5 to his name. Daniel Sieverts, the man in the middle.